You ready for this? Nah, 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 nah. Ooh, my bad. Sorry. Go ahead, Raven.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Chaos Connections podcast, where we are hoping to connect with you. I know that sounds weird because we're a bunch of weirdos and freaks, but we really do like you guys. So today's episode...
I take weirdo as a badge of honor. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, see, mine is freak. So,
they don't need to know that about me.
Let your freak flag fly. Did I say that right? Because I feel like I got tongue-tied.
I don't know if that's how the kids are saying it these days. I have no idea. Mine hardly speak to me. That's because they love their cave. But today, we want to talk about how being a working mom can sometimes suck. Before y'all come for me, we're also going to talk about how being a stay-at-home mom can sometimes suck, with things that we found to make it work. Notice I did not say make it awesome. I said make it work. So, let's go. As I'm being stared at.
Let's hear our fantabulous intros for the day.
Chaos Connections podcast brought to you by MOC Media LLC and Moms of Chaos. Lane and Raven, creating space for you to live, thrive, and connect.
Well, now, hello, darlings. This is your general warning that this podcast is hosted by people with tattoos, piercings, colorful language, no filters, and people who are fiercely protective of vulnerable folk. And please make sure you want to be here. I really don't want to see them in the fuck around and find out stage. I don't have the patience for that shit. Okay, so Harley, you were in a very musical state of mind.
I noticed.
This evening.
Music.
Have you been drinking?
No, I've not been drinking. Music is one of my coping skills. And I don't know if our listeners have caught on to this, but we have been kind of tiptoeing around some of the heavier topics that we choose to tackle, because I know this might come as a surprise to some people tuning in, but we're real life.
You're going to tell them, aren't you?
We're real life people with real life struggles. And sometimes at the end of the day, I don't want to fucking talk about the hard shit. I want to talk about the funny shit. I want to talk about shit that I can make inappropriate comments about to make somebody else laugh.
Like, dude, when life throws a bag of shit at you, all you want to do is take a shower.
Comment, no matter what the subject matter.
Yeah,
because we apparently are teenage boys in our minds.
Oh my god, that's my joke. I have the sense of humor of a teenage boy in the body of an 80-year-old woman.
You're not 80.
I know.
So music is one of my coping skills. So sometimes if I'm going through it, I will just crank on some tunes, whatever plays. And quite honestly, my phone right now, I have it on random with all the music that I have. And oh my God, my phone is my soulmate right now because it was playing everything that I needed to hear the other day. I was like, yes, bestie. Sorry, y'all.
Dude, I was in a mood to rage the other day. And so I told Spotify to play me some Rage Against the Machine and just let it go. And I was not disappointed with anything it threw at me. I was like, all right, let's fucking go. I'm just driving down the fucking freeway. Just people are probably laughing their ass off at this old white lady who's headbanging in her car.
You know what?
You're not that old.
Yeah, but the hair makes it seem like I am.
The hair,
you chose to go silver.
Yeah,
the hair looks platinum.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you. I did not really choose to go silver. I chose to stop covering it up.
it looks more platinum. And it looks more platinum. And Raven, I am so sorry if my audio steps over your audio, because just now, for the second time, you
froze.
lagged really bad.
That is so weird.
It was weird. It was weird. Like it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, I don't know if it's going to pick up on that or not, but listeners,
okay, I'm going to have to see if somebody in my house is downloading the internet.
Tell them to get off of Pornhub.
Well, I mean, you do.
They can't get on Pornhub right now because we live in Texas and our AG has decided that he wants everybody really angry.
You mean never mind. I'm not getting into politics right now.
No, don't get into politics. Don't get into politics.
I'm getting into porn.
Some
not politics, porn. I'm mad that you took my choice away, you asshole.
No,
of which porn to watch.
This is
XNXX is not as good as Pornhub.
This is getting too close to politics, and some douchebag who shall not be named started going off in the big open group chat on my game about politics, and I was like, you're gonna stop, and you're gonna stop right fucking now, and this is why, you little creep. Yeah.
Dude, I would have burned him.
Oh God, politics.
I would have just burned him.
Okay, so.
Okay, being a working mom can suck.
Being a working mom.
Being a mom.
Yeah, being a mom. Being a mom sucks.
Harley, have you ever been a stay-at-home mom? I know you've been a single mom.
So I have kind of been a stay-at-home mom.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I have kind of been a stay-at-home mom because I, like right after, my daughter was born, I was unemployed for a little bit, but I had like a little nest egg that I was living off of, so I was technically a stay-at-home mom for a little bit. But to be completely frank with you, I have been a working mom way more than I have been a stay-at-home mom. But low-key, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to be a stay-at-home wife.
Oh. Dude, I told Dar the other day that I need a sugar daddy or we need to win the lottery, because being a stay-at-home wife is just really calling to me right now. With a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old, that just sounds like bliss. Because they won't be here. And it'll just be me doing what I want in my house. And maybe it won't be so messy. Maybe. It's me we're talking about. Anyway, so you had a brief interlude as a stay-at-home mom. I know Rain has done it.
I did it for the first 4 years of Witchkin 2's life.
And I had to do it for a year and a half when I got out of the military in 2008. That was a great time to end my contract instead of extend it for a year, let me tell you. Yay. So what we're saying to our listeners is that we understand the give and take of both scenarios. So what we want to present you with today is just we want to just commiserate about the bullshit that can be the life of a working mom, and maybe some things that helped make it not quite so shitty. Like the bag of shit is still on your front porch, but at least it's not on fire, right?
Yeah.
Most days.
Most days. That's what we're aiming for.
So, okay. I think we've touched on this before, maybe. So my love language, the way that I show care for others, is gift giving. I really enjoy being able to give something special to the people I care about. And so for me, that being able to express my love language is what helps justify the bullshit of working for a corporate America and trying to have a quote unquote work-life balance. Work-life balance, suck these nuts. You don't want a work-life balance. You want a work life with a little bit of home life sprinkled in so that the person doesn't fucking just bash their head against the desk repeatedly. Sorry.
Or put on red
That still
lipstick and show
sometimes
up with their...
happens.
I
Still sometimes happens, given
I'm gonna-
your day job.
I'm gonna go back to my happy place. No, I'm kidding.
So I have
So being... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
being a working mom does suck because you miss out on certain things. During the
Mhm.
school year, it's not so bad because they have to go to work. Also, their work is known as school. If they treat it like a job or not is completely up to them, and their report cards show whether they should get paid or not. That makes it a little bit easier. But when you, like summer, you want to go and do stuff with your
Oh,
kids. Well,
dude.
depending upon what type of job you have. So, like, I've done a lot of contract work because I haven't been able to find a permanent company yet that offers PTO
We
and
paused
whatnot.
this broadcast for an important message. Ray needs a job. Please help her out. Thank you.
Um, so,
Preferably
completely
remote.
derailed my thought. No,
Preferably remote.
fucking hell. And yes, yeah, just reach out to me. I'll send you my resume with my real name and whatnot if you got something.
No space. No.
But I've done a lot of
No scammers. No scam. Oh my god, y'all! I'm sitting here scratching my armpit like a fucking gorilla. Oh my god, this is ugh. Sorry.
Okay, so what I was saying,
that's gonna be cut. That's gonna be edited in post. We're editing that shit out.
No, it's not.
Seriously, she had
It's not.
her right arm digging into her right armpit, and I've never seen that. I've always seen the opposite arm going in. So props to you for flexibility.
So
my other hand is holding my vape.
Having a contract job. Well, y'all shut the fuck up.
Oh, as Harley falls out of her
So
chair.
sometimes being friends with these crazy bitches is difficult also. Just throwing that
You're
out
a
there.
fucking delight.
You are, when I can get a word in edgewise and not get my thoughts completely derailed. So I have had a lot of
All right, Coco, knock it off.
I've had a lot of contract jobs, which equals I don't have PTO. I don't have vacation. I don't have anything like that. So if I take time off or if there's a holiday, I'm either having to work longer hours in the hopes that I get the paycheck that I normally get, or I have to take that hit. And when you have 2 teenagers and 4 dogs and 3 cats
and they all think they need a champagne budget,
and a grown ass man for a boyfriend who he does provide and help and everything else, but I take care of the groceries. Groceries are fucking expensive.
bro.
Like, holy
have you
shit.
seen it lately?
Yeah,
When
I want to cry.
it's like my stint as a working mom, I had a little bit as a military mom, which really, the only thing that sucked about it was the misogyny on the part of Dar's unit. I still, if I run into that man today, I'm gonna punch him. I swear to fuck. And then I had a brief stint, like probably a year as a stay-at-home mom, and then I've been like a working mom in corporate, right? And the part about it that sucks when your kids are little is, yes, you've got to pay for daycare, and that that sucks ass. And then you've got to pay for daycare in the summer because you live 13 hours from your closest relative. And what the fuck are you going to do with these tiny little kids who try to kill themselves at every opportunity or each other? And remind me to tell you about the bullshit that Apprentice One has pulled in his early ADHD years.
Okay, so let's be real. They don't always try to kill themselves or each other. Sometimes they're just playing, Wednesday Addams and Addams Family Values.
Yeah, but Pugsley never tried to climb up the front of an entertainment center at 18 months that we didn't realize we probably needed to nail to the wall. We're like, who in their right mind would climb up this thing? Well, apparently my kid. So anyway, you got to pay for daycare. And in the summer, it sucks because it's summer, and you remember the summers of your youth and when you got to like just run wild and be everywhere and eat all the snacks and play in the hoses, and you can't do that with your kids because you're working. And if you're lucky, you've got a neighborhood friend or a relative that can give your kids some of those experiences, right? Or you pay out the nose to go to Disney, which is fun, but I don't know if it was worth the price. That's just me personally. No knock on Disney, whatever. Disney lovers do not fucking come for me. Not knocking Disney. They're just bougie bitches.
Super bougie.
And then if
they
you live
own
somewhere that
everything.
is hot, so we have a really awesome river nearby that we could go play in, except that it's hot and we've been in a drought, and it was like down to 2 inches deep last year. I don't want to think about where it is this year, so it's probably not feasible. And you can go to the state parks, but a lot of them don't have water you can get in, and it's fucking hot. And the beach is hours away, and I'm a bougie bitch, so it's expensive as shit. And P.S. Both my kids hate the beach. I don't know. How did this SoCali girl end up with kids that hate the beach? I don't understand it. It pisses me off.
Because their formative years were spent in Alabama.
Oh, dear God, that place can die in a fire. Alabamans, don't come for me.
I don't.
Oh my God, Harley.
I don't think our stats show any Alabama listeners, but hey, Bama, how
Yet.
you doing?
There is one. Shout out to Deadman. Thank you for listening.
Hey. Oh, if we're doing shout
That's
outs,
from Dar's
I got
game.
a whole motherfucking list of peeps I need to shout out from my game. Okay.
Woo! Let's go.
You know what? Last
right.
War, server 504. You guys know it. It's Harley, bitches. Hey.
Is that your
Anyway.
in-game name too?
It is my in-game name. So if you jump on Last War and you're lucky enough to end up in server 504, if I don't burn your base to ashes and have you permanently relocated somewhere else, you're more than welcome to message me.
Which she might do just for spite.
Maybe.
She gets very competitive.
Just
A little bit.
Very competitive. And it's quite funny.
Yeah, that
It's
BT
terrifying.
dubs, I'm also quite sarcastic, so that a little bit was sarcasm, just so you know. Oh my
Sometimes.
God, I have like a
Um,
dozen chins right there when I did that. Ugh.
Are we editing that in post too?
Oh
gonna
no,
edit that in
no! I
post.
want our listeners to. I seriously, like, I low key kind of enjoy not having video on because I want our listeners to have this like really distorted image of what we look like, and then when they encounter us in real life, if they happen to encounter us in real life, they're gonna be like, wait, you're that. That sounds like something Harley said on that podcast. Yeah, are you? I'll be like, who? Huh?
But you don't look like a
No.
potato.
It's funny. I thought you would have
You
a
don't
tail.
look like a Chinese phone book.
What's going on? I don't understand. Where, Jabba? How are you not crawling? Why are you walking on bipedal feet? I don't understand.
He always hid them underneath that little slug body. You never saw them. They were dangling below so that he could get a pedicure.
He would pick up his.
And now that image is
Now that
image is in my head, I'm cackling.
He would pick up his skirt and twinkle toes across the room.
The little dude in the pit underneath is just like gently noshing the dead skin off his feet like the fishes do.
Oh God!
When you say twinkle, when you say twinkle toes across the floor, all that comes to mind is Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
No, I think I might. I think.
You've never seen the fish
some
pedicures?
substance. There's some substance. I don't. Oh God! Stop talking! Stop fucking talking!
Okay,
Being
ladies
a
and
working
gentlemen,
mom
it's never
sucks.
my
That's what we're
intention to make her do this, but it is my intention to sometimes like
It's
piss
hilarious.
her off or make her go, But it's never my intention to get that reaction. It just happens sometimes.
Eating feet, eating.
Sorry, not sorry.
Working mom. Being a working mom sucks. I need to go get a pedicure. That's what I want to do. That's my love language to me. I need a pedicure. God, not fish
So-
though. Ew.
That would be how getting a pedicure would be how I would kind of unwind as being a working mom with little kids. And one day, Apprentice 2 said, "Mommy, where are you going?" And they've got little people understanding, so you have to use little people phrases with them. And I was like, "I'm going to the toenail store." "You're getting toenails?" I'm like, "No, somebody very nice is going to take care of my feet and make them soft and pretty and paint my toenails." "Can I go?" I think Apprentice 2 was 5 at this point, and I created a monster. So y'all just any of our listeners with little kids, just be careful. Don't like make them too bougie too early, or you'll regret it.
You will. But I cannot tell you how cute it was when my daughter, Gremlin 3, she was less than 5. She might have been around 3. Don't come for me. Every parent can choose to do what they want with their kids, and I let my daughter get her nails painted. So suck a nut
How
and
cute.
shut up if you don't like it. So she
Oh, my
got
pearls.
The vapors.
Why did you do it so young?
I went to pick her up from her grandmother's house, and her aunt had painted her nails, and she came up to me and she had her hands up in front of her with her fingers splayed wide, and
that little pose you do.
she goes, "Nails, mommy, nails," just like that, nails. I was like, "Ah, that's so cute. You're so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Nails, they're so cute."
Oh my god, right? I'm like,
All right.
Apprentice 2's nails were their nail beds were so tiny. So whenever they wanted their nails painted at home, I'm like the shortest brush strokes you can possibly imagine. Otherwise, I was going to paint all over this child. And
Yeah.
to this day, they still have adorable tiny nail beds and tiny little toenail beds, and they hate it, but it's so cute. So yes, that's one thing we would do.
Yeah.
So, going and getting your nails done with your kid is something to do. One, so you can relax and they can share that experience with you. But when they are little, it's very difficult to find that balance where you can take time for yourself and decompress. And if you guys hear my dogs in the back, Hex is being an asshole and fucking with the other ones. So Kurz is trying to be the defender, and Hex decided to really piss me off because he decided to take over for Saris and tearing up my goddamn couch.
Oops.
So even being a dog mom can suck sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, don't get me started.
So, and I caught Hex chewing on one of my tennis shoes last night. He hasn't done that in fucking years.
Bro.
I'm like, most of my shoes are in my freaking closet. The one time I leave them out, you decide to go for them? What the fuck? I'm too lazy to get up. Leave it alone. And I sprayed him with a squirt bottle.
I have to watch Washburn dig his face into the rug in front of my shower when I'm done with the shower. I mean, he's getting in there. And if you leave a towel on the floor for 5 minutes before you pick it up to put it in the laundry room, he's doing the same thing. He's just...
You want to tell him about Washburn getting under my arm one of the first times we were going somewhere?
Oh, he thought... So he's 25 pounds, y'all, so he's not a big boy. But he thinks he is because he's such a cute boy. So he likes to get on, whenever somebody comes to visit, he likes to get on the back of the couch, which faces, the back of the couch, that couch faces the door. And so it's just easy to walk up to the back of the couch and give him loves, right? Well, he decided one day that Rain's deodorant smelled divine. And he gets in there and just starts rubbing all over the place. And she can't move because she's laughing so hard. Because what the hell is this dog doing?
My boob is bouncing. My boob is bouncing because he's just like, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I need more loving. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Right? It was hilarious.
So when you guys were working moms and your kids were little, did you have a hard time getting out of the house on time? Was it like hard wrangling them, or did you have a system?
What is?
I had a system.
What is on time?
Okay, so I have anxiety about being late, and I literally cannot be late anywhere. I will go crazy. So if you tell me that we're meeting for dinner at 6:00 and it's 10 minutes away, I'm leaving my house at 5:30.
Yeah.
I have to. So yeah, we had to get out of the house. And with two little ones who are somehow they became really headstrong and stubborn, and I don't know where they got it from. I really don't.
Oh.
So, and neither one of them could read yet.
That is the sound of me biting my tongue until it bleeds.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. No, so to try to get us out of the house on time with their shoes, with their jacket, with all their bullshit, and since neither one of them could read yet, we had a little checklist taped to the door, and it was pictures of everything that they had to grab. Because I can't grab everything for you and me and get us in the car. I need y'all to help. And so one day, I tell Apprentice 2 to go get their shoes. And I had little baskets that they kept in their room to keep their shoes in so that they were all corralled, because holy shit, the tiny shoes, right? And we had hardwood floors, so we had a carpet runner in the hallway. And Apprentice 2 comes out of their room, and they've got their entire basket in their hands. And I was like, no, baby, you just need 2 shoes, 1 for each foot. And they set the basket down, and they started to slide it across the carpet. And y'all know what happens, right? You can picture it. The basket tips over, and all the shoes fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Apprentice 2 is probably 3 years old at this point. They put their little hands on their hips, and they look down at the mess, and they go, well, shit. And y'all, do you know what kind of fucking willpower it took as a sweary mom to not laugh my ass off at that? Because I knew I was just going to encourage it.
Oh, I am a swearing mom now, but I wasn't always. I kind of had to stop myself because F-bombs are a thing, especially when you live on a Marine base. And I had to start monitoring what I was saying because my little sponge of Witchkin 2 was definitely picking up certain phrases, and she had dropped something on the floor in the kitchen, and she just looks and goes, fuck! And she had this cute little demon voice. And I call it a demon voice because it's the little cherub demon from the old cartoons. That little kind of high pitched evil voice. When she's full on laughing, she still has that laugh, and I call it her demon laugh, which is why she got the nickname Demon Girl for so long.
Oh, that's not the only reason.
No, she was doing that laugh as she was tormenting one of the Marines that regularly came to my house.
See, not the only
for
reason.
Food. She was tormenting a devil dog. I mean, it only fit.
Poor Crane. Don't come for me. I'm prior service. I get to say that.
I was married to a Marine. I could say shit like that too.
I have a cousin who's a Marine.
Nope.
No. You don't get in the club.
I mean, you can try it, but you're going to end up living out our motto,
which is
fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Oh, our motto. I thought you meant like the servicemen's motto, and I was like, "What's the servicemen's motto?"
Our motto, the Chaos Connections motto.
We can get away with saying certain things because of our tie to the military. You cannot because you don't have that tie.
Legit, no sarcasm, nothing like that with the next statement. I have nothing but the highest respect and regard for any service member, because like you had the balls to do something that a lot of people don't. So whether you joined the Marines or you joined the Air Force or whatever other branch, Coast Guard, reserves, whatever, I have nothing but the highest, utmost respect for you. Thank you so much for stepping up when others can't or didn't. It's legit. That's awesome. Thank you.
Aw.
That being said, you said fuck around and find out. I have the
Right,
funniest
here it
little
comes.
tidbit to share with you. So there was this weird little blurb, let's just call it that, a blip, if you will, in the game. And so I was in a different group for a little bit, came back to my original group, deviate, whoop, whoop. Anyway, and everybody had changed their name to include FAFO at the end. And I was like, what is this? And nobody has been able to explain why it happened, how it happened, what triggered it. And so I came back and someone else mentioned it, and I was like, they're just my loyal podcast listeners. That's all that is.
Hell yes. There we go.
I was gonna say that. I was like, it's because they listen to the podcast.
Mhm.
You know, it's
It
not
is.
like we don't have fuck around and find out in one of our intros that we
Dude, it's in our
plugged.
general warning.
It
Yeah, I was
definitely
being
is.
sarcastic. I was that was sarcasm. That was it's not like we don't have it in like
We
every fucking
have signals
episode.
or some shit because you're sarcastic all the time, so I never know when you're actually like not
Super
being
sarcastic or just
right?
regular talking voice.
That's fair. I own that. My bad.
All right, I can deal with that. Okay, so
So,
no,
if
no
there's-
luck getting out of the
if there's-
house as a working mom.
If there's ever a moment that I need to make it clear that I'm being completely serious or I am completely fucking around with you, I do try to make sure that I specify that. Other than that, 99% bullshit.
Woo! Sorry, Rain just
Anyway.
bent over with her ass to the camera.
that's because Hex is demanding someone throw the damn ball, and apparently I am the only one that they have access to.
I was just enjoying the booty shot.
I know, it's like I have a great ass.
Anyway, working mom, talking about being a working mom. Ladies,
Okay.
we're getting back on topic. Literally, we have recorded an hour-long episode and maybe 20 minutes is on topic.
That's why you guys love
Okay.
us.
That's one of the reasons. And when we do stay on topic, we are still
Fucking around and finding
going to
out.
strangle my fucking dog.
Okay, so
So
talked about
it's normally a hard topic. So what I was gonna say
Yeah.
was, what are some of the things you, depending upon the age of your kids, kind of depends on what you can do
mhm.
with them to,
That weird
Make
noise
sure
in the
you still have
background
this-
would be the OG.
yeah, fucking with the boys. Hex, fuck off. At least I'm not saying the other common thing that is said to these dogs in my house.
Y'all, one of
Um,
these days, Rain is gonna say it on camera, and it's gonna be hilarious.
First. So depending upon how old your kids are, depends on what you can do to have those moments with them. And it's very hard to find that balance. And sometimes you're going to feel hardcore mom guilt because you need to
yeah.
take time for yourself. And understand that, yeah, you have to take time for yourself. Yeah, mom guilt is a thing. But if you don't take time for yourself, you're not going to be any good to anybody because you're just going to be short-tempered and ready to fight at the drop of a hat.
You're
And
not.
yeah.
trust me, fighting with a toddler, dude, they should be lawyers.
Oh, I'm telling you, trying to get a toddler into their clothing is like trying to wrestle an octopus. It's ridiculous and slippery.
No.
I didn't have that much of an issue, but mine was not a nudist.
So lucky. So so my kids can argue semantics better than any some bitch I've ever encountered. And I deal with fucking attorneys. All right? I deal with attorneys on a daily goddamn basis. And it's about contracts.
I'm so sorry.
And they could all of them, let me tell you, honey, all of them could learn a thing or two from my 4 kids. My 4 kids could lead a fucking conference about arguing semantics with somebody. And so
Your Gremlin 3 was talking to imaginary freaking people about why they need to behave for their parents at a play place. Like she was, addressing the union.
leading a seminar. Yes. I'm telling you, my kids I'm not, if let me tell you, child labor is illegal. Otherwise I put the little shits to work.
Oh, see, I do.
There's chores.
You have to do some chores, not just because you live here and you should help keep up the place that you live, but also because I am not sending you out into the world incapable of taking care of yourself and making that somebody else's burden. No, I will kill you. So ever since they were little, they had to do things like empty the dishwasher within reason, especially putting the Tupperware away, because for some dumb reason, I always felt Tupperware needs to go like in the bottom cupboard. And the kids are closer to the ground, so it's easier for them to do it.
Until now.
Right. But they had to help me with their laundry, which is, when they were little, it amounted to bring me your dirty clothes. This is how we do the laundry. Okay, now we're going to move them to the dryer, right? And now that they're older, I'm like, here's your laundry day. Have fun. So it does change as they get older. But, being a working mom, sometimes you're like, you get that mom guilt because you're gone from them when, oh my God, you should be with them every moment and Velcroed to their side. You're seeing all these things on social media about these fabulously put together moms who drive their kids to school with their lovingly packed lunches, and then they come home and they make the cookies, and you feel guilty because you're not doing that, or you feel guilty because you really love it off.
I don't feel guilty when I see that, because when I see that level of parenting, and this is probably an indication of how fucked up I am. When I see that level of parenting, there's a little voice in my head that says, that shit ain't right. That ain't right.
That boy ain't right. I tell you what.
So I have never, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing the holiday superstitions with the kids and stuff like that. And I did that when I was working. And I even did it with Harley's kids, 2 and 3. And because they stayed the night before Easter. So that was the first night that we decided to do the kid timeshare.
It was. We had visitations every other weekend. We would swap weekends. One weekend I'd have Rain's kid, which can 2. The next weekend she'd have Gremlin 2 and 3. And so every other weekend we each got a kid-free weekend. And that shit was fucking chef's
that
kiss.
Was like the next phase of your life, right? Yeah,
it was awesome.
This is how you know you need a tribe.
It was awesome. It was awesome because it had, it served a dual purpose. And so, number one, my kids got to socialize outside of school, and they got to experience something that I think we all hopefully got to experience as a kid, and that was going and having fun slumber parties at your friend's house, at your best friend's house. And so it's an experience for my kids.
And a different type of parenting.
So yeah, so my kids are getting an experience out of it. And on top of that, Joker and I are getting a break. And we're getting time to decompress by ourselves and together. And so it was awesome. It really was. But yeah.
And I was single at the time, so I didn't have that luxury. I only went to the gym.
As a working mom, it sucks. It's like for me, you always want to give your kids everything that you can and the things that you didn't have growing up. And a lot of times, giving your kids the things that you didn't have growing up requires money. Well, to get money, you need a job. To work the job, you need time away from your kid. To get more money, you need more time away from your kid so you can go to work and give them more things that you didn't have growing up. So it's just
Yes.
it is a very fine line. It's very much a balancing act. Like I can
And you got to
tell you,
find what that balancing act looks like for your own family, because it's different for everybody.
It is different for everybody.
It definitely is. And if you have concerns about how well you are balancing, if you have a partner, talk to your partner about it, get their feedback, because there have been times when Joker has been like, Harley, I know you're working to try to earn money and do what you can to help provide for the family, but you're killing yourself at work so that by the time the workday is done, you have nothing left to give to the family. And so if you have a partner and you have that open communication, that is huge, right? That's awesome to have somebody to help hold you accountable. But if you don't,
If you don't have that
I was gonna say,
communication,
if you don't, well,
it's something to be.
yeah, it's something to be. It's something to. It's definitely a topic to be addressed. And if you don't have a partner, if you are a single parent, number one, props to you and no judgment, because I've been there. I've done that. It is no easy task. But if you are trying to go it on your own, I would really, really hope that you have a tribe, that you have people who are close, whether they're blood relatives or the family that you chose. I hope that you have somebody who is close enough to you and to your child and or children to say, hey, babe, maybe, I know that OT is bomb, but you working 80 hours last week, your daughter was really upset that you missed her dance recital, or, your son was really upset that you couldn't take him to karate, or whatever, because as a kid, they will take for granted that you're there if you're there all the time, but they will never forget the time that you didn't show up.
Oh my God. Ever. They will bring it up decades later because they're adorable, selfish assholes. As we discussed on the Father's Day episode, which I recently listened to because I really do have fun listening to our podcast in the car.
So I enjoy listening to our podcast also, but it's funny because I know Raven and Harley's voice. When I'm talking, I'm like, who the hell are they talking to? And because I sound different to myself. And it's like, wait, hold on. Wait, that's my voice. I'm confused.
Like, I sound deeper on the recordings than I hear in my own head, so it was a little jarring at first. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I've got an alto voice. I'm just going to roll with it.
You know what?
I understand now why that Witchkin 1 and Captain say I have a mouse voice.
You know what's funny is
that is another voice I'm going to have Apprentice 2 use to record something, because holy shit.
I have so if you've ever worked in customer service, you probably
and I hope to God you have. I do.
You probably have a customer service voice. I believe it was last week's episode where you heard Raven.
No,
and you promptly heard me go, okay, 2 episodes ago, you promptly heard me say, Raven, what the fuck was that? Okay? Because I'll be honest with you, my customer service voice when I was staying with Rain, my customer service voice creeped Captain out.
It did.
He did not like it. He did
Oh, that's
not like
funny.
it because I have this is my normal tone. Okay. I like to say this is my normal tone. I put the bass back in my voice. All right. This is my normal everyday voice. My voice goes up at least an octave when I'm in customer service mode. So if you've ever interacted with me in a professional environment,
Professional setting.
in a professional setting, you will not recognize my voice on this podcast because the mask is firmly in place when I'm in a professional setting until it's not, and then we will no longer be fellow colleagues because Harley will be
Yeah.
fired.
So I used
I
to
had to
work where
develop-
Harley works,
Oh yeah, that's right, you did.
and my customer service voice is just amusing to me because I hear it now and I'm like, and then when I have to put it back in place because I'm dealing with stupid people, oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm sitting there going, I want to punch myself in the face because this is a customer service voice and I know this is fucking fake and I don't want to be a fake person. But oh my God, if I let them know how much I want to punch them in the face, I'm going to be out of a job or
You
I'm going to
have
lose a
to
client.
keep those emotions off your face and out of your voice. And
Oh, that's where I suck. My face. If I don't say it, my face is
Oh.
probably telling on me.
So I work in a fairly political environment. I don't work in politics, but I do kind of work in politics adjacent. And so you have to use not the customer service voice, but the customer service face. You cannot let your emotions or your thoughts at whatever stupid fuck just came out of his mouth go across your face. So I've gotten very good at schooling it. I think Captain calls it my mask. But it's weird because at work I get, I don't have to use my customer service voice. I can use my conversational voice, which is great. But apparently I slip in, like anytime I have to go into teacher mode, I slip into my teacher voice, which I've been told is a little different and weird. But where I was going with this is,
Everybody has a teacher voice, though, I've noticed.
yeah, but I don't think most of them realize it. Unless they're an actual teacher,
do.
right?
I do, but I also teach witchery.
Yeah. Where I was going with this is that part of my job involves teaching people how to manage their work in progress, to not have too much work in progress. And I use the analogy of my craft room, okay? I have a wonderful craft room. It's not as set up as I would like, but I've got pick a craft. I probably have the craft supplies to do it. And if you look around my craft room, what you will see is a whole bunch of half-finished projects. Not finished projects, because the more you start, the less you finish, right? So I used that kind of thought process when the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden Dara and I are sharing an office and we have to take two fucking teenagers through virtual school. It was a nightmare because the first year they didn't have to be on camera. They didn't have to be on time for each class, right? It was just, let's get through the rest of this year, right? So I made a board and put it up in the dining room and there was things that the kids had to do every single day. There was pick an outside activity to do because you need 10 minutes of sunlight, pick something that gets your body moving, pick something that cleans the house, and pick something that makes you feel good. Like your favorite music or playing a game or something, because I knew that they would sit in their caves and that nothing would get done. And that board, I'm firmly convinced, is one of the only things that helped us survive being working parents during the pandemic. The kids hated it, but I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I already have a high level of respect for teachers. I love.
No shit.
Please,
you do not get paid enough.
Please understand, listeners, that I jokingly call my kids little shits or I think one episode I made a comment about drop kicking my youngest. It was a joke. All right. I don't engage in heavy corporal punishment. Is there a time and a place for it? Yes, I do believe that. Is every offense warranting corporal punishment? No, I also believe that. But I love my kids. I love
did
my
PT
kids.
punishment.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried that too. They hated it.
I love my kids. I love my family. All right. And for the most part, kids are awesome. Okay. For the most part. But I could not be a teacher. I could not be a teacher, and I'm going to show my age, and I need to wait for Raven to stop drinking because I don't want her to choke. All right. I could not be a teacher because I would whoop the shit out of some little kids with a big ass fucking chalkboard eraser. I would beat some ass.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I would throw shit.
I would throw the damn erasers at them. There's a reason I'm not a teacher, and the reason I think that, look, don't make stupid shit for your teachers that you love. Give them gift cards.
I would have a plethora of squishies to just chuck at kids' heads. All right. I don't like other people's kids. There's a few exceptions. Obviously, there's a few exceptions. I have nieces, I have nephews, Fran and Raven have kids. Obviously, there are exceptions. Okay. But
yeah, but there's a reason I'm not a teacher.
But I could not be a
Witchkin
teacher.
too said she wants to be a teacher.
At one point, I was like, I want to be a high school English teacher because one of the most impactful teachers that I had growing up was a high school English teacher. And then it didn't get any better in college because I had a grad student as my freshman English teacher, and he was a ginger, and I was like, yeah, baby, grade me. Anyway, I love my husband. I love Joker. He's not a ginger, but it's okay. I forgive him. Anyway, so I wanted to be a high school English teacher, and then I didn't even like fully grow up. I just got older than like some high school kids. And I was like, y'all are fucking annoying. No. Don't worry about getting in a fight with JoJo after school. I'm going to knock your ass out. That's what I'm going to do. Miss Harley, why are you beating me? Because you're a badass little kid. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, it's not just the attitude from them. It's not just the attitude. But I used to go pick up Apprentice 2 from middle school because it's fucking hot here. And I'm driving down the lane to pick them up, and all of these middle schoolers are walking by my car, and they're all taller than me. I really doubt I could get much respect as a teacher when all the kids are able to go, well, hello, Miss Raven, way down there. So, no, fuck it. I'd end up having to kick their shins.
I think maybe I have a Napoleon complex, but
look, at least it's not an Oedipal complex.
Catch me outside, bro. I don't care if you're 7'2" and you can palm my head like a basketball. I'm gonna fuck you up.
So, just in case y'all were wondering, we are all fucking short. I'm 5'1". Harley, I think, is 5'3", and so is Raven.
No. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How tall are you?
I'm a healthy and hearty 5'5".
I think you shrunk.
No, she is
I'm getting
my chest, and I'm 5'3".
Makes me hunch over. Huh? I hunch. There's a lot of weight to carry, y'all. My back hurts. God,
so how did you, as a working mom, how did you balance a toddler and a diaper bag and those boobs? Like, were you constantly getting thrown off balance or having to walk like really fast before gravity caught up?
No,
oh my God, I just pictured it.
Do you Do you remember? This is going back a little over a decade. But do you remember Weeble Wobbles?
No.
Yes.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
No.
All right. I was a Weeble Wobble. I would wobble, but I would not fall down. Okay. And let me tell you,
Picture her little legs churning to try to catch up to the front half of her.
No. Listen, all right. You want to picture something comical? You want to picture something comical?
Oh shit.
All right. So I had Gremlin 1 and I had Gremlin 3 because I was a single mom at the time. Okay? So Gremlin 2 and Gremlin 4 had not entered my life yet, or I had not entered their life. We had not come into contact with each other. And
the life had not been entered.
I was flying from New York to Texas. And where I lived in New York and where I was flying to in Texas, there are no direct flights. The closest thing to a direct flight is you get to stay on the same plane, but you still have a 2-hour layover. So you get to sit on a hot plane with fart air circulating while they clean out the toilet. Yeah, lovely.
And
so when I was flying out of New York, I'm not going to drop names of the airline, but the airline was merging with another one. And it was right in the middle of their merge, and their systems were not cooperating with each other like they should have been. So they had the wrong passenger count. So according to their passenger count, there was at least one extra passenger on the plane. So that delayed the flight taking off because they had to figure out who one of these things is, not like the other. They had to figure out which one of us didn't belong. And everybody's like, I have my fucking ticket that says I'm supposed to be on this damn flight. And then somebody with more than 2 brain cells walks in and is like, hey guys, I found the right list. We have the right count. So the lovely 2-hour layover that I was going to have at one of the biggest fucking airports that you have to take a subway between terminals, my flight got delayed. So my flight lands, and I have 15 minutes to get between terminals with a child under 6 and a infant, and I have a carry-on that it was basically like a weekend bag that I had just
just so that you could jet off to the Hamptons and see Margaret.
Well, I was using it as like a jumbo carry-on. It was basically like the biggest carry-on that I could have, so I could house all the diaper bag shit in my purse, and I could hold Gremlin 1's hand while I'm carrying Gremlin 3, and we're running through the airport, and I have the crossbody strap of the carry-on to hold it onto my body. And so at this point, there's so much motion in the ocean that I couldn't have her on my hip. So I'm basically just resting her on the carry-on bag and holding her to my side like a football. And we're running, and it was awful. It was.
Look, if you have never carried your child football style out of somewhere, you're not really a parent.
Yeah, true enough. No, my God.
So we are close to time, folks. Do either of you have any last-minute tips or quips about being a working mom, whether in the suck or the make it suck less arena?
Give yourself grace. Don't let the mom guilt get you too much. And make sure you take time for yourself. But make sure that if you don't have the money to go and do the gift giving or whatever, make experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Bake cookies. Go and draw on the sidewalk with chalk. just random little stuff, because that's what I can tell you right now. That's what I had to do. And Witchkin 2 remembers it.
Yeah.
See,
Like
I
she
remember.
and the aerial artist that is my sister remembers it. She's like, you had to work all the time, but you always made time for us.
Yeah.
And she
I
said that one
remember.
of the most recent times that
Yeah.
I was with her.
I remember
I
my mom
think,
taking us to the beach because it was free, but we had fun. We played all fucking day.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. The struggle is real. Finding the balance is real. Work-life balance, people talk about it, companies love to preach about it, people strive for it, but think that I don't think that there is a one size fits all work-life balance equation that that's going to work for everybody. And so just do your best to find the middle ground that works for you and your family. And, you know, I'm very fortunate that I'm very fortunate in my life that I'm in a position to engage in my love language and gift give to my kids. But make no mistake, there are also times that I have to tell them no. And the guilt from that, feeling like, well, maybe if I had worked a little overtime, or, maybe if I had finished my college degree and, I'd be further in my career, or, whatever. It is way, way, way too easy to beat yourself up. The only thing
It is.
the only thing that you can do, and the only thing that anybody can ever ask of you, is for you to do your best. That's it.
The only
Just
person you need to compete with is yourself.
exactly.
And if they ask y'all for more than that, you come and let your chaos aunties know, and we will go put boot to ass. Because I know Harley's
Well,
down.
so
Rain will hold the camera.
obviously, I am Mama Chaos, and I will go Mama Bear when needed. But and don't get me wrong, I'm petty myself. Otherwise, I couldn't be friends with these bitches. But these two are viciously petty, and if you get them at the right moment when they're mad or annoyed, you get some really good ideas for torture.
Oh, we will fuck up your life. Do not come for ours. And this includes any of my kids' LGBT friends that have been to my house. Y'all fall into that umbrella too. Don't you come for ours. Because Mama still has her combat boots.
So
I don't need combat boots.
So
I'll use a cast iron.
This is gonna be
Rapunzel.
my parting little quip, and then Raven will do our final sign off, because it has been a hot minute that you've been with us. Thank you, by the way.
Love y'all.
Yeah, I
you.
am exceptionally petty, and I also really strive to be a top performer in everything that I do.
Competitive.
And so,
hence the pharyngitis.
Pettiness, when I engage in it, when I'm just being me, let's be real. When I'm just being me, I go to the nth degree. So really, truly, please fuck around and
maybe
find
it's
out.
the name, because I don't do halfway.
Just when you think that I have exacted my retribution, and that
She's just getting started.
tidal wave of destruction has come to an end. Oh no, sweetheart, that's so sweet. No. That was just the flickering of the flame when you're trying to light a lighter. Shit hasn't gotten real yet. Your life, it'll be over. Thank you. Okay.
As Dar says, you can meet Fucky the Clown. But anyway, it has been a hot minute. This has been a blast. I
We
don't.
didn't have a commercial break.
Oh, that's true. We didn't. Yeah, the toddler years were hard. The helping them with their homework in the middle school and elementary years was hard. For me, I think seeing them through the high school years is harder just because of all the bullshit that they're just now experiencing. But I don't regret a single time of being a working mom or being a mom in general. With all of its fuckery, with all of trying to make it suck less. And hopefully y'all can find some way to do that for yourselves. And if you do have some really great tips and tactics, please share them on our forum. Our website is It is Mary Oscar Charlie Media Tango X-ray.com, where you can listen to our episodes. You can comment and tell us that we suck or we suck less. You can get on our forum and engage with each other and share tips and tricks. So thank you all so much for listening and your continued support. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Welcome to the shit show. See you later.